Hi, boys and girls. Welcome back to the Apocablog. Day 1447, I think, of extending our condolences to John Brennan, to former CIA Director John Brennan, and in this time of trial and sorrow for him. It's with a heavy heart that we are going to join former CIA Director Brennan in mourning the loss of Iran's top nuclear scientist, Mohsen Fakhrizadeh, whatever, who was assassinated. Brennan is not happy about this. He's taken this one pretty hard. He clearly has a deep-seated affection for this guy and what he does. But he's trying to keep the situation under control because, he knows that some of Iran's closest allies are theoretically about to occupy the White House if the potted plant actually manages to pull this fucking coup off. But Brennan, he's in pain and he's just lashing out and trying to relieve himself, I guess. So took to Twitter and said, "This was a criminal act and highly reckless. It risks lethal retaliation and a new round of regional conflict. Iranian leaders would be wise to wait for the return of," you're gonna love this, "responsible American leadership on the global stage, and to resist the urge to respond against the perceived culprits." Okay, well, let's take a look at what responsible American leadership on the global stage is supposed to look like, according to Brennan and the potted plant. The Iran nuclear deal in 2015 Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action signed by the Obama administration, Iran and four guarantor nations, China, of course, France, Germany, Russia, and the UK, with the goal of convincing the rogue state to cease its illegal nuclear weapons development in exchange for reducing uranium enrichment capacities and very loose inspections that the deal did not allow America to conduct, because why would it? We're going to trust, China, Russia, France, Germany, and the UK. They all, they love us, and they'd never tell us a lie. According to the deal, Iran made billions of dollars. One estimate placed the value of the sanctions relief at $150 billion for Iran. And Barry decided that he gave them a personal gift of $1.7 billion tax dollars in cash on a pallet and flown over in the middle of the night. So yeah, that's the responsible American leadership on the global stage that Mr. Brennan is clearly promising the mullahs in Iran. Which, you would think that would be violating, I don't know, the Logan Act, or perhaps even just going all out and just committing treason by offering aid and comfort to our fucking enemies who are constantly screaming death to America while developing nuclear warheads. But either way, so Brennan, his pain is running deep. So he took to Twitter again. "I do not know whether a foreign government authorized or carried out the murder of Fakhrizadeh. Such an act of state-sponsored terrorism would be a flagrant violation of international law and encourage more governments to carry out lethal attacks against foreign officials." Okay, and then he went on to equivocate. These saying, because he's triple dipping now, "These assassinations are far different than strikes against terrorist leaders and operatives of groups like Al Qaeda and the Islamic State, which are not sovereign states. As illegitimate combatants under international law, they can be targeted in order to stop deadly terrorist attacks." You mean like that time that Barry murdered a couple of American citizens without due process with a fucking drone? Like that? So, Yeah, and Brennan, went on to describe Farabzadeh as a gentle giant, and well, sorry for your loss, John. It's we hope that you bounce back from this, buddy. Okay, people. I mean, they're literally rooting for the other team. I mean, this is what the potted plant administration is going to be putting out there. It, yeah, I just don't have words.